That day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Oh, hold my beer for
Hello, guys. Thank you all for being here tonight. This is Pinky, the housewife. Thank you all for being here. I go by Pinky on all my channels. I have two other channels, and I go by Pinky on all. Okay, but we're just carrying this on one channel tonight, which is Pinky, the housewife. Um, this is something I got to go ahead and get out. I was trying to get it out a little earlier today, but I accidentally fell asleep. I fell asleep watching TV. I'm sorry about that, guys. And then when I did get up, it was like, oh no, uh-uh. So I'm doing that right now for you all. So let's see, what is today? Is it Monday or Tuesday? Let me just see. Today is Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday. I forget. Told you all I would not forget the date if I had a job. Okay? Not a real job. I don't want a real job. I want a job where I just want to go to work where I can see what other people doing. That's the kind of job I want. I'll just work there for a day or two. And then I move on to another job, work there for a day or two, and move on to another job. So I can see what all the different jobs do, what you do at different jobs. Okay, that's the kind of job I want. So if anybody want to hire me to work for a day or two, um, let me know. Okay. Hmm. And then I'll take my money and we're gonna give it away to somebody that need it. How about that? You pay me for working for a day or two, and my money goes to someone that needs help. I give it to someone else. Okay? So I work and pass it on. All right? Not your choosing, but my choosing. Okay? I give it to some of my not content creators. I give it to some of my subscribers, my members, my friends. No, not my friends. I don't have no friends that need it. They don't need it. I give it to people out on the street, people that I come across, or in the grocery store, or pay people that I may see. Okay, we'll do it that way. But let's go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. All right, we're gonna go ahead. What did I? Don't tell me I lost it. Oh my God! Don't tell me I lost what I was looking for. Did I do that? Okay, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Here it is. I thought I lost it, but I didn't. I got it. Okay. Okay. Uh let's get the house rules out of the way and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay? Get the rules out of the way and then we'll get started with everything. Because we're not going to be here all night tonight. but you never know where this is going to turn. It may turn all kind of ways. You never know where this is going to turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me just welcome everybody to the Pink House. Welcome to the Pink House, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hitting that like button helps you to keep me in the algorithm. But let me tell you another thing about it. You can hype the video, but also share the video. And when you hit that thumbs up or that like button, whatever you want to call it, when you hit that, it lets YouTube know that people are watching my content. They love my content. And then they would suggest my content to other people that may like it as well. So let's hype it. Let's hit it. Let's hit that button. Okay. It helps me. It really does helps me to stay in the algorithm and helps me to get to my next phase. I got a goal. You know, I got a goal, and I want to get to my 7,000. So let's get me there. I need everybody to get me there. Put hashtag 7,000, hashtag 7,000, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button, all those things are free. That like button, subscribing is free. Thank you guys for doing that for me. All right. And I will be dropping this over on Pink Global as well. I'm not there over there, but I will be dropping it over there later. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see. We're going to see who we got in here today. Let me see. Hi, Ann Happer. Thank you for being here. Ann Happer. Okay. You and already hit that like button, I see. Thank you for doing that. Hi, Terry. Terry Matthews. Thank you for being here, Terry. I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're doing fine. She said, I just finished radiation and rung the bell today. Oh, that's good. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you because I know what that bell means. I really do. I have a sister. She's going through radiation right now. My baby sister. She's going through radiation right now. Congratulations on ringing that bell. And my prayers go out to you. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I'll let my sister know that one of my people was just rung the bell today. I'll talk to her probably tomorrow. It's a little too late to wake her up. Lady Leo, how you doing? What you say? Hello, Queen. How you doing? Miss you too. I always miss all of you. I'm not hashtag 7K. See that? Somebody do pay attention. Somebody do pay attention. Oh, I tell you. Hashtag 7K. Oh, that's my next goal. I'm almost there. God is good. You're right. That is true. God is good. I pray every night. You all will not believe this. I started sleeping. One night I got out of my bed and I had to. I had to go find my Bible. Now, finding it in this house is a different story. Okay. Finding it at the big house is, everybody know where it's at. I know where it's at the big house, right? Finding it in this house is a totally different story. If you notice, I have nothing on the walls back here. I'm still trying to figure out this space that I'm in. This wall is painted a color I don't like. My daughter painted this color. I don't need it. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this space, this room. I really don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. That's why y'all been seeing me moving around in different rooms in the house, different spaces in the house until I figure out what I'm going to do with this space. Every day I wake up, I say to myself, I need to get my realtor on the line. I'm serious. Every day I say I'm going to get my realtor on the line I need to find another house. I need to find another house. I say that every day. Every day. I'm going to buy another house. I said every day. This one is going on 7 months this month. That this was a gift. My husband bought me this house for Christmas. Yeah, I've been trying to give it back to him. I've been trying to give it back to him. He don't want it. I don't want $1 million house. He don't want it back. I don't want it. I don't want it. I really don't want it. I really don't want it. Too much. It's too much stuff. It's too much for me. Got too many ponds on it, creeks, and people be out there selling on my property. Out there past the woods or the forest, the jungle, they be out far away from you. You got to get in your car and drive around. They're out there selling on the property. You know how people be selling watermelons and pictures and fruit and all this stuff. I don't know. I told him one time, you're on my property, old white man with a black guy with him. I even pulled up the map and showed it to him. You on my property. But I told him, I'm not going to have you off right now because I ain't got time for that. But you on my property. You know, and they act like they didn't, the black guy didn't know what to say because he's working for the white guy. He's like, we'll figure that out. I'll figure that out one day. I ain't got time right now. But we'll see. I'm going to run them off. I'm going to gate it. They're working on gates right now. They've been working on the gate for over a month now. That's a lot to gate back there, and I got to figure out what type of gate I'm going to put back there. You can't do wood fence here, and I'm glad. But gate, I do wrought iron metal all the way where you can see, but I don't know what I'm going to put there. Then I got a broken down road, street somewhere that leads to the creek. I don't know. I tell you, I haven't even been through it. My husband and son walked all through the property onto the other end of it, out onto the road, and I never did. I can't. My daughter and I tried one day. It's just too much jungle, too much woods, and you never know. We got armadillos out there. Phoenix found one the other day, just sitting in the study with his feet crossed and hands up on the windowsill, just watching the armadillo. And I told my daughter, it's too quiet in the house. It's too quiet. Where's he? He's in Dad's my husband, study, just sitting there watching the armadillo. Okay? The sucker's all, I said we're going to have to pop him one day. We're going to have to pop him. He's always in the yard or in the back or somewhere. And then we got the beavers that cuts down, that chew the tree, and the trees start falling over in the pond and all over the place. They just, we got the beavers and stuff. And if you ain't got that, I told her today I saw a black cat. She says a black cat. I said, is that a black panther or what is that thing? And she said, that's a black cat. I said, you better tell me something. We got too many doggone animals running around out here. And, oh, Lord, everybody's afraid to go outside through the back doors. There's so many back doors because big giant snakes, 6 feet and everything be popping up, hitting against the doors, trying to get in, all in the garages and everywhere, all over the grill outside. They all over the place. I'm not talking about, I haven't seen a baby snake yet. I ain't seen them huge and big. Oh Lord, there's too much going on out here. I think I'm ready to give up and go. But soon as I can figure out a way to get rid of it, I'm going to get rid of this house. one day. I'm just here for a little while. And I did accept the key to the house. Yeah. My bad. So if anybody want to sell it to you, I'll give you a deal. 1.1. 1.1 mil a deal. That's a steal. I'll sell it to you. I'm serious. Cash. Cash on hand. Don't come with me. Don't be talking about no creative finance. I ain't got time for that shit. I don't have time for it. I don't play with nobody that talking about some creative shit. I ain't got time for no creative shit. Creative shit mean you ain't got no money. Okay. Terry, my prayers. Okay, let me see. We getting ready to get into this. Gave everybody enough time to get into it. Hey, let's pray for Nolan Wells, Nolan Xavier Wells and his family. Please, let's pray for him. Hashtag 7K. We're gonna make it there. Can I have one of those houses? Yes, Terry Matthews, you can take one. I swear. My husband holding down the one, you remember the one I would drive 3 hours back and forth every other week? He's holding that one down. He's there right now. He's there. He left, what's today, Tuesday? He left yesterday morning. So he'll be back probably, if not tomorrow night, he'll be back Thursday. He spends the weekends here. He try to spend at least the weekends here, at least 3 to 4 days here, and then the rest of the time there. That's what I used to do. And then I got tired of that. So I'm tired of it right now. So I'm just between here and the big house. So you can have one, Terry. You can have one. Oh no, I wouldn't. I would have been done. No, I would have been gone. First snake, y'all think I'd be kidding about these snakes. Let me just show y'all pictures of all these. Now, every picture I show you, these are different snakes. This is not the same snake. Let me just take a picture of this right quick. These are all different snakes. Okay, this is in my pond just the other day. This is a picture in my pond. I was in this window, looking out this window, and you see what that is? Right, I don't do snakes on grass. This is 3 turtles. This is a big turtle, a baby turtle. So Phoenix called that the mama turtle and the baby turtle. And then there's another turtle right here. Y'all see that? That's 3 turtles. I was standing in this window right here and caught that the other day. You don't see any trees falling over because my husband had to get out there and cut the trees up to pull them out of the pond. So that's let me see, can I when I say big snakes, I really mean these are big old snakes. Let me try to give you a picture. See, this is one of the ponds. This is this house, but this is one of the ponds right there. You see that? So we own that pond there, and there's a couple, I think 2 more in a stream back there. Let me see. Let me see, can I bring some more of those snakes up? I mean, they're everywhere. You can't go nowhere without a snake. Snakes are snakes. We're gonna get to everything. I'm just trying to give everybody time to get in here. This is my baby sister, guys. She lost all of her, she had her chemo, her radiation. She's done with her chemo. She's doing the radiation now. She had lost all of her hair. This is my baby sister. Okay. That's my love. That's my baby sister. And she got the port, the thing that sits right here. That's my baby sister. Let me see, can I find it's so when I say my baby sister, we look like twins, actually. There's pictures of, okay, here's one snake. This snake, here's one. That's one. Y'all, you see how big that's a big mama jumper. That one is huge. I think one of them got away. We still can't find him. He was up on the grill. Yeah, that's one. Oh no, Pinky. I don't do snakes. I don't care what the house look like. Like your sister. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to do it. I don't do snakes myself. You think, girl, I don't play with no snakes. I'm trying to let me find and let me just show you all something else. These are, see that's me standing there with my pretty boots on. We have mushrooms that grow all over the place. That's one. See that big mushroom? Mushrooms, every time we look up, these things are like growing like crazy. We don't touch them. We get a bag. We take one of the dog poopy bags out of the thing, put it over our hand, pick it up, and it's hard. You can't just pick it up and pull it out. You have to cut the hooker at the bottom. These things are growing all over the place. Let me find the other snakes right quick. Here's another one. Here's another snake. That's his head there. That's his head chopped off. Chop that sucker head off. This is another one. Oh my god, I'm serious. This is all the time. We got a snake problem here. I'm serious. They be knocking at the door. The door is glass, and they be knocking at the door. I mean, my daughter and we was in the house one day, and we try to make our way through the jungle. This is when I say this is open up. My husband, see there? You see? That's all. You can't even make your way through all of that. You think I can make my way through that? I haven't been able to do it yet. I'm serious. Y'all, oh, here's some more snakes. This is all the time. We have to cut them off at the neck. Cut them off at the neck. Y'all see these snakes? You got to cut them suckers off at the neck. We don't play with them. And Phoenix, he loves snakes. Baby Phoenix just love himself some snakes. Every time you look up, he trying to, it's like, Phoenix, Phoenix, Phoenix. Yeah, y'all know my baby Phoenix. Y'all know my baby Phoenix, right? My baby Phoenix, he's a big boy now. But my baby Phoenix love himself some snakes. Oh my Lord. Okay, gee whiz. Okay, we're getting ready to get into the story now. I hope everybody is here now. Let me see. I hope we got everybody here. We're getting ready to get into the story. We're going to listen to what Al Sharpton have to say. No, I'll do his mother first. We're going to do Al Sharpton, his mother. Then we're going to talk about the swim trunks that, it started today. The video of the shrimp trunks that he had on. Okay. Who cut the head off the snakes? My husband or my son? I don't get that close and these are some big snakes. These are some long, and half we had one that was up on the grill and was on the ground. His bottom half was on the ground, but we got an outdoors grill, you know, and a kitchen. It's a whole, because it got the sink, the refrigerator, the grill, the fireplace, and everything. So it's a whole outdoors, okay, where you sit out the outdoors and watch your TV and cook and eat and everything, right? Um, but anyway, he came up and was hanging over, looking up with his head. And when my daughter thought Phoenix was kidding, Phoenix said, you know, he called his auntie, Cannon, snake. That's a snake. And she told him, no, baby, there's no snakes out there. And he kept telling her, there's a snake. He looked around, and by God, that was that big old snake. Yep. Phoenix, he let you know. Phoenix be looking for snakes. Don't ask me why. Phoenix be looking for snakes. That's our baby, but he looks for snakes. He looks for snakes. Let me go ahead and play this one of Nolan Wells' mother first. I'm going to play this video. But before I play this video, let me just say this here, that tonight we're going to be breaking down the newly released photos in video of Nolan Wells on that boat. Now, I'm not sure whether that boat is his friend's boat, one of the friends' parents' boats, or is it somebody else's boat that he's on the back of, bending over with the blue trunks on, bending over, looking for something to drink. Y'all have to excuse me. I think Phoenix gave me a cough or cold. My daughter got it too. Phoenix gave it to us. But like I told my husband, I don't care when my baby give me a cold, because that's my baby. Anybody else give me a cold, I'll be having a fit. But anyway, so we don't know who boat that is, but we're going to be looking at the photos and the videos of Nolan on that boat, whoever's boat it is, wearing those same blue swim trunks. Okay? These images changed the entire timeline, the narrative of the story that they have been putting out. Now, not the story that his parents and their attorney and everybody from Nolan's side of the family been putting out. We're talking about the other side of the family, the other people. And we're talking about the authorities and everybody else that been putting out. Okay? So this changed the whole trajectory of everything. Excuse me, guys. And what we thought we knew about those final hours of that on that island. Okay? They want you to believe one thing that happened on that island. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Wait, let me just say this. Right quick. We're going to walk through what's confirmed. Okay? Now, when something is confirmed, we're okay with that. Okay? When it's confirmed. Okay? And what's questionable? When we got a question, we as Black people, hell no. That don't make no sense. We're gonna say that don't make no sense. That ain't making sense. Make it make sense. And what these visuals revealed about the moments leading up to his death. Okay. Okay. Now let's look at the early time frame. When Nolan arrived on the island, who was he with? And the first confirmed sightings. When he first arrived on that island, who was Nolan with? Was he with his friends? When he's supposed to be with these boys here. These are the people he's supposed to be with as soon as he got on that island, right? Because he was on their boat, on one of whoever owned our parents owned the boat. That's who he was with when he first got there, right? Okay. But the boat footage window. Let's talk about the approximate time the boat photos and the video were taken. When? Everybody, you cannot tell me in this day and time, you cannot tell me in this day and time that you cannot tell me in this day and time that people don't have their cell phone out, taking snapshots, taking videos, doing everything. Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, everything. They doing everything, going live, selfies and everything. You cannot tell me that. Like all of a sudden, all these white people, now I can say white people because I'm not talking about them bad. And then I got them in my family shit. So I can say white people if I want to, shit. The half of them I don't even like either. But anyway, we ain't worrying about that. I'm just stating a fact. If you're white, you're white. If you're black, you're black. I don't give a damn. Okay, but anyway, I'm talking about we need to come to the truth. We need to see the truth. We need to know the truth of what happened to Nolan. He didn't just go on that island to be the token black boy so they can on July the 4th and to end up not coming back. No. I can see. He's a tall, handsome guy. Not every white people like that. They jealous. Some people can be jealous of you just by the way you look, just by the way you carry yourself, just by the way you talk. Just because you're in a space that they don't think you belong. I'm not saying that. This is my opinion. The blue trunks confirmation, matching the swim trunks from earlier sightings to the boat footage. Last known moments. What investigators said happened after the boat moment. Okay, we're going to talk about all that. The post-discovery timeline, when its body was found. Who reported it in an official statement? That's what we need to talk about. And who? Lord of mine. Okay. Let me go ahead and put his mom up here. He got a beautiful, lovely mom. And I see where he got his from, his mom. And prayers go out to her. I can imagine the way she's feeling right now. Okay. This is his mom, Christine. Okay, let me go.
Hey, Boo Bears.
Well, I hope y'all can hear this. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear this. Please do something for me so I don't, because my throat is scratchy. So just put a 1 in the chat for me, please. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear this. Okay.
I know you probably did not expect to see me, but I had to come on because I wanted to acknowledge all of your love, your support, your kindness that you guys have been showing me. I wanted to, answer each and every one of you, and I probably will at some point. I will at some point, but right now it's just, everything is so heavy. Everything is so heavy. Just been going through the motions. I'm a healthcare provider, so I talk about grief a lot. Now to be on the other side of this is it's a lot. So I lost my mom a few years ago, and that was hard. This loss, this grief, this pain It's different. It's insurmountable. And then it's like you get these flood of emotions all at different times, and grief is so multi-layered. You know, one second I might be okay and I can talk about things and I can listen to his stories, and then the next minute I am falling apart and I feel like I can't breathe, and I feel like there is an elephant just sitting on my chest. But, you know, I know this is the process. I have a wonderful support system. I have my faith in God, which I've been leaning heavy into. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I see you. I love you. I'm thankful for all of you. And I'm so sorry that I hadn't been able to reply. I don't know exactly when again I'll post. For some reason, it does help. And I know if Nolan was here, he'd be like, Mom, you know, just keep talking to the people, keep telling my story, keep telling your story. So that is going to be my plan. Again, thank you all so much. I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
I hope you all, thank you for putting the one in the chat, Alice. Thank you, Terry. Thank you all so much. That was so wonderful to hear. That was so wonderful to hear that how she talks about her son, and she wants to let everybody know that she is thankful for all the prayers and letting y'all know that she's doing okay. She is looking really good. She is. She had a beautiful, very smart, athletic son. And to me, if his dad and his mom and his family says he's a strong swimmer, they would know. You don't listen to other people about what your child can do. You know what your child can do. They're going to despair, say anything negative, saying your child can't swim or couldn't swim. That's what they think about every Black person. My kids swim like fish. Like fish. Even my baby Phoenix never took a swim lesson in his life, and you can't get him to stay out of the water. You have to hold him every chance you get around water because he's ready to jump in. I mean, I be trying my best. He's always ready to jump in any water he see. Phoenix is not afraid of water. That's the out of everything in the world, he loves water more than anything. Anytime there's water, he wants in. Shoes, clothes, his rain boots on, he don't care. You see water, he ready to jump. And he just turned 2. But my kids swim like fish. Okay. But I'm glad y'all got a chance to see her. Okay. This is Nolan Wells' mother letting you know how she's doing and how she's taking the loss of her son. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull that down. And now, when you're talking about, one thing I do want to talk about, the boat positioning. A lot of people have been talking about that. Nolan standing on the back of the boat, his posture, his body language. Who else appeared in the frame? And when you see that, we're going to bring up that. When you see that, there's, I don't know, but it seems like there was another man or a person on that boat where he was bending over. You see what I'm saying? Nolan, when you look at him, he's very fit. He's a fit person. He ain't got no big belly, big thighs, big legs, and fat on him. He's very fit, very toned. You see what I'm saying? And it's not just, I'm gonna just say, and you probably just like when my son go out with his, when I can show you pictures of my son in the sand dunes out on these different islands, and he's the only black person there. Uh, but he's one of the black people there they know got the money and got his own big giant toys. When I say that, you know, because my kids grew up on a boat. Not that I can swim, but I see how dangerous that was for me during that time. But I was young and crazy, didn't know, but I know now. They grew up on a boat. They grew up traveling from island to island, dropping anchor here and dropping anchor there, sleeping overnight in strange islands and stuff, and running from the wild boars and everything to get back to the ship, the boat and stuff. So getting lost out where the Coast Guard and stuff, or someone from the a marina had to come in. They have to come out and find you or get you because you were stuck in a storm or whatever, different things like that. So I, you know, I can't swim, but I always have my cute, what I call my pretty life vest on. We had them on our boat, but those was the standard ones. I had to have my pretty one. Um, but we don't have it no more. I found out maybe 5 years ago, a little more. My husband sold the boat, and that was something I was planning on giving to my kids. And everybody let their kids go out on their boat. Uh, you know, take it out with their friends and stuff like that. That's what you do. You just let them take it out. But for my kid, when they take them out, they're the only. Well, we're gonna leave that. Okay. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what else. Okay. But I did thought I saw a man sitting on the boat when Nolan was standing on the boat in his blue trunks, bending over to get water. Now, put a one in the chat if you all have seen that video or those pictures. Just let me know. Okay. The investigators and the public are focused on the trunks. That's what they need to be focusing on. Seem like they haven't viewed. To be honestly, let me just tell you like it. I'm just going to be honest. That don't look like they doing a damn thing. It don't look like those people in Mississippi is doing a damn thing. And I can say that because I got a lot of people in Mississippi. Pinky, I felt her pain and found my 36-year-old dead in his daughter's birthday. Then had to make me grieve. I dropped tears for her. That was my only son, but now I have a daughter now. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord, I'm so sorry for you. That you felt her pain. Your 36-year-old dead. Oh my Lord. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that, Alice. Mm, mm, mm. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, hearing her pain like that. She's holding up well. But I know at night it all comes down. It all um, breaks through at night. Oh my God. I'm so sorry to hear that. But let me just say, in Mississippi, I don't think they're doing their job. I think they can do better. And if we have listened to them when they first found that body, there was nothing to see here. He drowned. That didn't make no sense to us. That didn't make not one bit of sense to me when I heard that. I was laying up in my bed when I heard it. And it didn't make no sense to me then. It still haven't made no sense to me since then, and still today, no sense at all. They just want you to look away. Black kids, you got to think about how they treat Black people in Mississippi. I went to school in Mississippi. I have family in Mississippi. I lived in Mississippi. I went to college in Mississippi. I used to drive up and down the Mississippi freeways and the highways all the time at night. I know where you can't be caught dead at. And you be praying that you make it. It was always a hope and a prayer that you make it. Just because we're in 2026, that don't mean nothing. They still look like animals in Mississippi. When I say animals, just like they was animals back during slavery time, they treated us. They was animals the way they treated us. They was animals then. And a lot of them still live the same way. Like animals. Just because we're in 2026, they'll smile in your face and go get their white hat and robe at night. They'll check your furniture, check your food out, bring your food across the thing, smiling in your face, and be ready to run you off the road in the middle of the night because you're driving on your way home from work or on your way to work or wherever you may be going. Y'all better listen. Okay? The island environment. Let's talk about that. There wasn't nothing out there. You couldn't get no cell service. You couldn't get this. You couldn't, the water conditions, the distance from the shore, whether the boat was anchored or moving. Let me just tell you something since that was brought up. Because, yeah, we have to always anchor our boat. Whenever we go to an island, we have to drop anchor. Drop the anchor. We get it as close as we could to the shore, drop anchor. And if we didn't drop anchor, yeah, we still drop anchor, I think, but we were tied to trees. We had these big giant ropes and stuff. And the worst part about it, ants would leave. You wake up in the morning, a trail of ants on the rope going down to on your boat. But yeah, we would drop anchor. Let me see, did we tie? I'm going to ask my husband. When we dropped anchor, did we tie to it or what all? What? Because I never did do all that. That was him and my son. And my son had got his he was able his captain's license at 12. Hey, husband. Mm-hmm. Let me just ask you. I'm on live, and so you're on speaker. But it's okay. I was talking about the boat, okay? Before you sold the boat and we would go out on the boat. When we drop anchor, because this is about this Nolan Wells case, and it says here whether it was dropped, whether they dropped anchor or not, or was the boat still moving. I remember we dropped anchor. Did we drop anchor every time we go to a different island? Did we drop anchor then?
You always drop anchor, yeah.
Okay, you always drop anchor. Explain that. But sometime I remember you and our son, he was still young. He was what? How old was he was 12?
Yeah, probably 12 or 13. Yep.
Yeah, but y'all would tie the boat on each side with these big ropes to trees.
Oh yeah, that's to keep it anchored so it doesn't float away with the waves or the wind. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, definitely need to be anchored.
Okay, so explain that in terms where everybody would understand. Wait, let me just make sure they could hear you. Okay, husband. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear my husband talking about dropping anchor. Explain that because I swear because I didn't do anything. I would just stand on the back of the deck and just watch you all do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you definitely need to make sure that the boat's anchored, and then you need to anchor it on the front from both the left and the right side, and then actually even anchor from the back as well to make sure the boat doesn't spin or turn sideways to the shore. So it's very important to make sure that the boat's anchored.
So how many anchors did we have on our boat?
Actually, there was 4 points that you would tie off between the boat and the shore.
Okay,
just
4
make sure
points.
the boat doesn't, yeah, just to make sure the boat doesn't float away or start to spin or turn sideways where you get stuck in the sand.
Okay,
So,
in the shadow part or something.
Yeah, exactly. So very important to make sure everything's securely anchored. So
Okay, so we didn't get off the boat until you anchor everything down, or did you all let us off? I can't remember. Did we get off before?
No one else got off until the boat was securely anchored. So it's just me and our son would get everything anchored first, and before anyone would get off the boat, because you don't want it boat moving around, and then all of a sudden no one can get back on. So
Okay, and then I remember y'all that had we had a plank on our boat, a plank that we walked down. Y'all would pull out the plank and from the boat to the shore, and we would walk. We didn't have to get in the water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
depends on, I guess, how close you can get to the islands and stuff. And I explained to him we would go to all these different islands, and that's how that kid he died. His body was found on one of these islands in Mississippi. It's called Horn Island. Yeah. And but we would spend the night at these islands. It's not like we knew. We just sometimes spend the night at all these different islands, and or everybody at the marina having a party, and everybody explain that when everybody's having a party, somebody decide they're going to have a party, and they invite everybody.
We want to be anchored at the same island, and then you can actually go from one boat to the other. So
right.
And then at night, you want to make sure that you pull the plank up. You don't want any animals coming up the plank at night. So.
Okay, yeah, I remember because I think one day we left. I don't know how we got a raccoon or some raccoons or what was it? Something on our boat.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, you definitely be careful about leaving it down. So
yeah, you have to bring it up because any animal come up on your boat. And I do remember, because it was a lot going on because I was in charge of the kids and the boat and everything. And when you got a boat the size of ours, it was huge. It wasn't just a little bitty boat. It was huge. It was a lot. It's like taking care of a house, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's like taking care of a house. But most times, the person that was throwing the party, they was out in the water. They wasn't at the island. They would center themselves, drop all their anchors in the middle of the water, and all the other boats, whether you're at the island or whatever, everybody used their jet skis or rowboats, a smaller boat, to get over to their boat, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes, they would anchor just out, but anchor in the water instead of to the actual island. Yeah.
Right. And everybody would just so you anchor out in the middle of the water instead of the island, and then you have to have either jet ski or another boat or something smaller to get to their boat.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that happened all the time. So when it comes to boats, I still remember because some of these things that happened on the boat, but I don't remember everything. But I do remember us and bringing other people with us in when we're on the boat, and we stay on the boat. It's not like we just go to an island just for a day. We may stay the entire day or 2 in the morning, or go from island to island and see other people on different beaches, pass, just keep going and go to different islands. And we're always looking to find a new island and drop anchor and go and visit that island and find out what's going on and everything, and get chased by all kind of animals and get trapped by animals, everything. But I just wanted them to know. So you can't just leave your boat. So that means that boat that young man was in, they had to drop anchor.
Yep.
They had to drop an anchor. Otherwise, and you got all these other boats beside you, because what would happen if you do not drop anchor and you're at a beach? Because it happened to us. We hit another boat. No, I didn't hit another boat. You hit another boat.
Yep, you gotta be careful. Yep, exactly. So it needs to be tied off, and so you don't float into another one. Exactly.
But we lost power, and this was a big mega. What type? This was huge.
Mhm.
This was a big brand new rich boat. This was huge.
Yep.
I mean, this was some type of Jay-Z boat we hit. No, we didn't hit. You hit it.
Mhm.
Ran smack dead into it because you lost power, and there's nothing we could do. Just let the boat. And even the who came on, the captain? Somebody came on the somebody from the marina.
Yes, harbor master when you're coming in, so they have to guide you into the slips back into the.
Yeah, the harbor master. But he got on there and couldn't help. We still smashed into the boat. Yeah. Okay, I just want you to tell them that they had to drop anchor. There's no way Nolan Wells,
Bye-bye. Okay.
friends could been on that boat without dropping an anchor. So an anchor had to be dropped. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, that was husband. Anchor had to be dropped. You cannot, that's what I thought, because the boat would be all over the place. Boat do float. And if you got that many boats side by side, if people do not drop anchor or do something, and it didn't look like there's a lot of trees where they can tie it off. My husband dropped anchor plus tied the boat, I guess because of the size of it. And when he dropped anchor, he dropped more than one anchor. We had anchors on each end of the boat, the size of the boat. It was like a moving house. It was, because the boat was huge. We had bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on the boat, 2 bedrooms, and down the hallway we had 2 beds on each side going down the hallways, going outside the boat on the other end. The boat was huge. It was a house. It was a big old house. Big, you sleep in it. We slept in it. We didn't go on the boat just for a day to go out. Who the hell spend that kind of money on to make sure the boat got gas and all this here stuff and cleaned up, because we make sure somebody cleans it up for us. We always had someone clean the boat and everything. Spend all that money and you just go out for a day. That didn't make no sense to me. When you got a boat that size, you're gonna pull something out of the hangar that big, you're gonna stay on it. We stayed a week or more on the boat. We never stayed less than a week. We stayed on the boat. We go out and we stay on the boat for a week or more. I mean, and whoever we take with us, you can go home if you want when we come back in, but you're going to have to stay on this boat when we gone, because we ain't coming back in anytime soon. So when we do go back in, that means we're going back in because we're running out of something, or we need something, or this and that. Or we're going to go into town to the store. So we're going to go in to the marina and pull it in, and then you can leave in. But guys, they had to drop anchor, okay? But the picture shows that Nolan was relaxed. That a person, he didn't look like he that was a relaxed picture of him, okay? And the footage contradicts the earlier statements from some of the people. It really did. Social media responds to the release of the boat photos and the videos. Yes, they did. And I suggest to anybody, social media, all the detectives, people that don't have any license or never been a police officer or detective or private eye, they are on the case. TikTok is on the case. YouTube is on the case. Twitter, everybody, y'all on the case. They're going to find out what happened. Because it seems like the authorities there is not doing their job. So social media is on the case. They're going to do the investigation for you. They're going to tell you whether this makes sense or not. Let me go ahead and throw up the other video for you all. Okay. This is with NBC News. This is the picture. NBC News. This is short. Okay. But this shows a picture of Nolan Wells on the boat. All right. This is, let me drop it down, and you can tell I didn't bring it back to the beginning. Here it is. Okay. This is the boat. When boats are this close and any type of wind, they'd be slamming into each other. People have to drop anchor. Even if you ain't. Okay, let me just let you all look at this. Okay, here we go.
Tonight, new video shows what could be an image of Nolan Wells on the day he went missing off the Mississippi coast. TMZ posting this video they say was taken on Horn Island on July 4th, the last day the 18-year-old was seen alive. The clip appears to show a man standing on the back of a boat bending over. The man's face is never seen, but the shorts the man is wearing are similar to shorts Nolan had in other pictures from that day. NBC News was able to match the location to previously verified video of Horn Island from that day. Two people who knew Nolan say they believe it.
Now look at that picture. Look, let me go back just a moment. But tell you what, we're going to let this one play out, and then we're going to analyze this. We're going to analyze this because I see somebody right there. Right there. Who is that? Don't look like a teenager to me.
It looks like him, but they can't be certain. Nolan went to the island with friends on July 4th. His body was found 2 days later. It's unclear whether Nolan was with anyone when he disappeared. The boat in the video is not the same one Nolan took to Horn Island that day. TMZ reports that the video was dropped off to the Jackson County Sheriff, and investigators are aware of the clip. NBC News has reached out to the sheriff's office and the family's attorney about the footage and has not heard back from either. Melissa Miller spent the 4th of July with her own group of friends on Horn Island.
It's not uncommon for people to, take different boats back because, it's a big boating community. A lot of people know each other.
Meanwhile, the family's attorney says tomorrow they'll announce preliminary findings from their independent autopsy. All of this as some question if this video could reveal new clues about Nolan's last day. Aaron Gilchrist, NBC News, Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
And we're back. We thank you.
Okay. Now, we're going to go back. Okay, let's go back and look at this boat picture. Okay.
Image of Nolan Wells on the day he went missing off the Mississippi coast. Okay. TMZ posting this video they say was taken on Horn Island on July 4th, the last day the 18-year-old was seen alive. The clip appears to show a man standing on the back of a...
Okay. Okay, this is the man that they're talking about, Nolan, right there. Now, let me just say this. You ain't going to find too many black people on this island, on Horn Island. No, you're not. Okay. So, do that look like Nolan, in my opinion? Yeah.
a boat bending over. The man's face is never seen, but the shorts the man is wearing are similar to shorts Nolan had in other pictures from that day. NBC News was able to match the location to previously verified video of Horn Island from that day. Two people.
Now, who is this person? Okay, Nolan is on the back of this boat, bending over. Who is this person? This person here looks like he's on the boat. Y'all see that man right there with his face is covered up? Who is that person? Who is that person? Why haven't they talking to this person at all? Why is nobody talking to all these people? Seem like the authorities just want to say, case closed. Nothing to see here. He drowned. I don't think so, Mr. Policeman or sheriff man or whoever you want to be. I don't think so. Who is this person? It seems like these people here, they got a direct view. They got a direct view of this person here. Now, let me just tell you something. If you're the only black person running around on an island full of non-black people, every white person on that island is going to see you. And they're going to remember you. And for they to act like they don't remember him or nobody's seen him, they are funky-faced lie. They're a funky-faced lie. You know how I know? Because every time we go to, when we had our boat, every time we would go down to the boat, we're the only black people got a boat in at the marina. And it's bigger than theirs. And they all know who we are. They know us as soon as we come there. Even if they don't know us, they recognize, oh, there's a black family. And they always want to make friends with you. They always want to invite you to their parties out on the water. Because nobody want to have a party down at the marina, down in the boat slips. No, they want to invite you to their parties at different islands or in the water. But these grown folks, they say fucking island. They want to be in the middle of the water. Every boat, they want everybody out there with them. Now, they ain't going to send nobody to come get you to either you jump down and swim across, but then that defeats the purpose because they be all dressed. They be acting like, because they don't plan on getting in the water. Yeah. No, they don't. You better have your own little boat from your big boat. That's the kind of what we used to saying. Everybody got they got their smaller boats, got all their jet skis and everything. You better have your jet skis. Pull out them jet skis, untie them so you can get across, or have somebody on your boat, your worker to bring you across. Yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah. Do I know the world of people with big boats? Yeah. Do I talk about it? No. There was no need to talk about it. I may mention it in passing, but there's no need to talk about it. But I'm bringing it up now because, yeah, they have to drop anchor, or them boats will be all over the place. Not every black person is poor. I hope some people don't realize that. Not every black person is poor. Not every black person is living paycheck to paycheck. Not every black person can afford a boat. Some black people do have boats. Okay? And some black people have sometimes the biggest boat out of all of the people around them with boats. So don't let the skin fool you. Okay? And Nolan Wells' parents look like they're doing pretty good for themselves. And just because those are white people, that don't mean they're doing any better. Okay? Now, these both photos and the visuals of Nolan and the blue trunks are not just visuals, they're evidence. So we're gonna, they got technology that can get down to the nitty gritty of this. This is evidence, guys. These photos and videos and everything, this is evidence. Okay, we're gonna find out who that, make sure whether that's him or not. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Well, that's what they should do. They reshape the timeline. They'll raise new questions, and they'll force us to look again at what happened on that island. And then they'll tell you, ain't nothing to see here. Oh, hell no. There's a lot to see here. We just letting you know we see what you're trying to do. As more information drops, and I'm quite sure more information, when already his mother and father have already laid him to rest yesterday on Monday. On was it Monday? Yeah, on Monday he was laid to rest yesterday. One of the hardest things a mother and father could do is bury their child, especially a child that haven't lived his life, only 18 years old, at the pinnacle of his life, just starting out to be a young man. And they was drinking, everybody was drinking on the island, and they're not even grown up. They're not even at legal age. But Nolan should not be dead. Nolan should have came home. You see the white people, they wasn't worrying about him. Whether he made it home or not. That's why I call them his so-called friends. Y'all got to watch it. Don't be the one. Y'all got to remember, sometimes you can have a group of white people or another race of friends, and you be their token. You're the one, you're their play toy. You're there for their amusement. So they can play with you, so they can make fun of you, so they can have you to doing the dance for them. Yeah. Like I haven't seen that. I seen that. And I'm not just talking just to be talking. I have seen that. But we're going to look again at what happened. We're going to have them to look at what happened. Because they're afraid to look. Because they're always taught one thing. White people, we know what happened. Ain't nothing to see here. They love to say ain't nothing to see here. But as more information comes out and drop, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. And we're going to break it all down. We're going to break it down for them. Since they don't want to break it down, we're going to break it down piece by piece for them. So y'all just stay tuned to social media, regardless, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, podcasts, you know we got it. We're going to break it down. Stay tuned, because the major news outlet is not giving it to you. They only start doing it after they realize, wait now, these young folks, these people on these channels and stuff are not letting this go. They just want to sweep it up under the rug, and we weren't going to let that happen. So I guess they had to say, we got to play ball. Yeah, you're going to have to play ball. Okay? So y'all stay tuned, and we're going to stay sharp on this, and we're going to stay aware. Y'all got to stay keenly aware of what they're trying to say and do. Because Nolan Xavier Wells mattered. His mother and father matters. The truth matters. Their feelings on not knowing what happened to their son matters. The community matters. Everything that we do, trying to find the truth, matters. We're not going to sweep it under the rug. And we're not going to just take the word of a white man that don't have a skin in the game. We're not going to take your word because you're not doing a good job. Maybe you need to step aside and let somebody else come up and do it. Because this case is far from being over. Far from being over. And if you're not going to do it, you need to let somebody else do it. Because obviously, you don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're not used to investigating something like this. If you are, you're used to sweeping it under the rug. That way you don't have to do much work. Y'all ain't used to work. Let me play you something else, guys. Let me just these people think we're some buffoons. I'm going to show you another angle of it. This is what CBS Evening News here. Yeah, everybody got different angles on it, and so do I. I want to see what if this is another one. Okay. This is short too.
Now a new video of what appears to be Nolan Wells and maybe the last image before his death after that 4th of July boat trip with friends in Mississippi. Here's CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry with details.
This video obtained by TMZ shows the back of a black man on a boat during a large party on July 4th. The man is wearing blue swim trunks, similar to this photo of Nolan Wells that was also taken that day 10 miles off of Mississippi's coast. Those in the group Wells was with told authorities they last saw him around 3 p.m., 30 minutes after the video was taken. They say he chose to stay behind for a girl. His mother reported him missing later that night, and his body was discovered 2 days later.
There were so many people. I mean, boats, they're like on top of each other almost. Like, I mean, it was intense.
Wells' college classmate, Lucas Aviz, was with family and friends on a different boat that day.
He may have been taken by the current. There's a certain part of the island where the current is pretty strong.
While authorities say there's been no indication of foul play, Wells' family has publicly questioned the transparency of the investigation and hired a legal team led by attorney Ben Crump.
When people start to feel pressured, if they say anything, it's going to be attacked. No. Tell us. We want to evaluate every aspect.
On Monday, at a packed funeral for Wells, his heartbroken parents spoke.
We will miss everything about him, from his quiet nature to the corny jokes, his gentle smile.
A $125,000 reward is being offered to anyone with information that'll lead to an arrest and conviction in Wells's death. Meanwhile, the results of an independent autopsy commissioned by Wells's family is expected to be released tomorrow. Tony.
Skylar, thank you. Now a new video of what appears.
Okay, guys. Woo. But we're not going to just give up on this case. There's too many people, I think, that knows something. Like the young lady. I think her name is Katie. And the things that are being said between what the young guys are saying that used to be his so-called friends and what they said he was going to stay. They was leaving because the boat was having problems taking on water, so they was going to leave. But they got his cell phone and they got his car keys. Don't make no sense to me. No sense at all to me. No sense at all to me. But okay. But you seem like if you got his car keys and his cell phone, when you get to shore, you make sure his mom got it. If you don't want to hold on to it. Why didn't you make sure his mom or dad got that? That don't make no sense to me. I am my personal opinion, it may be just my personal opinion, and I have a right to my personal opinion, like we all do. Just in my personal opinion, I think somebody had a hand in Nolan's not being here no more. Do I believe somebody did something to him? Unalive him? Yes, I do. Now, have anybody else said anything about that? No, but that's my personal opinion. Okay? And it's allegedly, but it's my personal opinion. I don't think he drowned. Well, you could drown after somebody hold you under the water, I guess, or put your head in the water and not let you up, or knock you unconscious or something, and you fall in the water and you don't wake up, but you're still alive, and you drown, different things like that. But he was found face down in the water. And the Cajun, United Cajun or something, let me see what I can find. They said something. Let me see. The let me just see. Can I pull up on the this is the Cajun Navy. Let me just do this here right quick. Okay. 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 The Cajun Navy. This is the Cajun Navy talking. He is talking with this is with TMZ. Wait, just before I pull it up with TMZ, let me go back. Because he talked with several TMZ, but let me see. Oh, wait now. Oh my God. Okay. Wait now, guys. Okay. All right. Because I want all of us to hear the guy called let me okay, let me just go ahead and pull it up this way. Okay. Here it is. We're going to go ahead and do it with TMZ. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull it over here so we all can see it together. Now, I did watch some of this. I haven't watched it all. Okay? I must admit, I have watched some. And this is with TMZ. The search and rescue team reveals the condition of Nolan's Wells' body. Okay? This is not that long. It's 12 minutes and 38 seconds. And we have that time. Okay? Y'all know I don't go very long on my live. Took myself down. I try to keep them reasonable. Okay? Here we go. Because I've been wanting to show this anyway. So here we go, guys. Let me...
Involved when the body was eventually located and found. What can you tell me about the state and position that the body was in that hasn't been reported? Hey everybody, it's Jackson Buhai here with In the Know. I'm joined today by Brian Trasher. He is the VP of the United Cajun Navy and participated in the search for Nolan Wells. He's here to give us his version of events today. Brian, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me on today.
Before this interview started, you started to get into the sequence of events surrounding, from when Nolan Wells was first reported missing to you getting in your plane. Can you walk us through what your story is?
Yeah, sure. So it was kind of late in the evening on 4 July when we first got a call. I think the first dispatch came in through one of our channels, through either a family member or family friend of Nolan's, who ultimately put our incident commander in touch with his mother, who at that point was in full-on search mode. She at that point was very concerned that he was actually missing and was doing everything. They were doing everything they could to kind of retrace the steps, get his phone, get his keys, all that. So really, it was the next morning when we were told that there was going to be another boat going out, possibly containing some of Nolan's family. I'm not sure what the details were of that in the morning on 5 July. That would have been Sunday. And by late morning, we had gotten basically another call saying, hey, if you guys have any boats in the area and can go out there and canvass the island, would appreciate it. So I had two of my volunteers from the Mississippi chapter from Ocean Springs, actually, that put in like say midday on 5 July. They went out to Horn Island. They went on the island first, took a drone, looked around all over from an aerial view, and then they ran a grid between Horn Island and Chip Island with the boat. Both of these volunteers, one's a rescue specialist, one's actually a member of law enforcement, so they have a lot of experience. And they stayed at it for a few hours, and then weather started to deteriorate, so they came back in. That's when we knew we were done for the day on 5 July. We made the decision that on 6 July, if the weather permitted, we were going to put an aircraft up because we were getting further and further away from the last time Nolan was seen alive. So that's when we put that aircraft up. We were wheels up out of Gulfport International at about 06:30 on 6 July.
Right. And so, when you first get the call, how did the United Cajun Navy get looped in? Was it through Christine Monsley's social post, or was it after? Was it, through your own accord?
Yeah, so the way that happened is my understanding is that when people started posting on social media about Nolan being missing, that a lot of people started tagging the United Cajun Navy, basically just kind of making us aware that this was going on. And then ultimately kind of sequencing to asking us for help. Like I said, there was an official message. I don't know if it came through our voicemail or through one of our email or one of our social media messaging platforms, but somebody made contact with, and our incident commander, I think, was either monitoring messages or one of our people monitoring told him about the message that came through. Whoever that person was, it wasn't Nolan's mother, but whoever it was knew her and knew how to get in touch with her, and ultimately put our incident commander in touch with Christine that night on 4 July.
I have a question for you. Given the call to the Coast Guard at 11 p.m. and then the request for help the following day from JCSO at around noon, did you feel like you were starting the search a little bit later than you should be?
There wasn't really, there wasn't anything that we could have done on the night of July 4th, to be honest. But also too, at that point, I still didn't know, I'll put it this way. On July 4th, when I went to sleep, I didn't know if they had finally gotten in contact with Nolan, if he had come home, if they had found out any new information. It wasn't until the morning of July 5th when I learned that he was still missing overnight. And that's when I became very concerned that, okay, he didn't come home all night. That's a bad sign. And so
I like the fact that he said he got concerned, but it seems like the detectives or the authorities wasn't that concerned, but he was concerned. the United Cajun Navy, they was concerned. He was concerned. Thank the Lord. Thank you. Oh, Lord, thank God somebody was concerned, because it seemed like I have to say thank you. I have to put the thank you up there. Because, oh my Lord.
But it was that point when they started calling for all hands and said, okay, we'll put a boat in the water. And then that led to the activities of our search crews on 5 July.
Can you talk to me about the water conditions? What did the water conditions look like that night from where you were?
You talking about the day he went missing or the day we started searching?
The day you started searching.
They were pretty similar to, for most part of the day, they were pretty similar to the conditions on the 4th of July. They were fairly calm. It was strong currents, but not really big waves, not a lot of wind. It was very hot. Water temperatures were upper 70s, low 80s. Toward the late afternoon, a little front moved in from the west, and presumably it chopped up the Mississippi Sound at that point. But again, our guys aborted when they saw that weather coming. So that was probably like by 3 or 4 o'clock the afternoon of 5 July is when they had to abort that search. And then that night when I huddled with my team, that was when we made the decision that, putting out another boat on Monday, presumably with the weather clearing up, was really going to be futile because, at this point we're getting too far away from the last time he was seen alive. So we needed to cover more ground quickly, and that's why they had to use an aircraft. You
were involved when the body was eventually located and found. What can you tell me about the state and position that the body was in that hasn't been reported?
Yeah. So again, just to put it into perspective, it was I'm told it was about 08:45 on 6 July when a park ranger on Horn Island discovered the body, called it in to law enforcement. We had myself and the gentleman who donated his plane that day out of Gulfport. We had been flying for about 2 hours at that point. We were making a track going from Horn Island over to Ship Island down to Chandelier Island, which is south of both of those islands, about another 30 miles. So we were coming back up north towards the northwest tip of Horn Island when we noticed there were boats in the center of the island where there's a lagoon. And then we saw some boats approaching the northwest tip. And then when we got closer, we noticed there were 2 boats already parked in tandem on the beach. That was strange. It was a Monday morning. It was obvious they weren't fishing. So we descended and to about maybe 450 feet, 500 feet. And we could tell it was law enforcement boats, law enforcement personnel. So we descended maybe another 100 feet or so, circled around. And that's when I saw a law enforcement presence gathering on that northwest point. And then I noticed that there was what appeared to be a body right at the shoreline, laying face down on the sand.
The implication is that this body had washed up, unfortunately, on the shore.
That's what it looked like to me. Yeah.
Did you see any visible injuries or anything that you can speak to at that distance?
No. From that height, right? So it's best I can do. The description matched Nolan Wells. It matched the area. It was the area where we were looking. So I had good reason to believe, even before I heard from the sheriff's office, that it was him. The swim trunks appeared to be similar color to what was reported. The one thing I'll say about the condition of the body, and again, I want to stress very, as much as I can, that I'm at 450 feet in the air. So I did not have a good ground eye view look. But normally when a body's been floating, you'll see some bloating and whatnot. He wasn't in the water that long. The water temperature was high. He has a low body mass index. So both of those factors together, normally we'll look for a body to pop up on about day 4, but we knew it was possible he could pop up as soon as day 2. And this was day 2. Again, the body, I'm trying to think of the most respectful way to say it. The body did not seem at that height to be disproportionate to the way it should look. Now, I could not get a good look at his face. I could not get a good look of, the front side of his body, which was on the beach. I was really looking at, his back of his legs, back of his arms, that kind of thing. And so that was my vantage point. And I just want to stress to everybody that that's not an ideal vantage point. It's just what I can see. And plus I'm flying at like 90 knots. So, I'm going pretty fast. So I'm really getting when I say a glimpse, it's a glimpse.
Was there anything about the location, how close to shore, how far from the shore when he was last seen, that struck you as unusual?
I don't want to say unusual, but I would say that the wind and drift patterns that I was studying had me believing that he was going to be taken through that ship channel between Horn Island and Ship Island and carried south. It's important to also point out that just like maybe 6 or 7 weeks prior to this, there was a shrimp boat worker who had gone off MOB, man overboard, off of a shrimp boat in Pascagoula, which is on the coast, like close to Horn Island. And it took about a week before we found him, but he had washed up all the way down at the Chandelier Island. So that could have also influenced my pattern of thought, just because in a similar, he didn't go overboard on the island, but it was in a similar area, and he got carried through that channel. Based on where Nolan washed up, my assumption, and again, I'm a search and rescue person. I'm not an investigator, but it seems like what happened was he was carried north, which indicates to me that he might have got caught in a rip current, and it carried him north. And then as the tide slacked and the current changed back to a southward heading, it carried him right back to the beach. The only thing that really stood out to me that I was not expecting is that he washed up very, very close to the last spot where he was seen alive. I wasn't expecting that.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you saw or heard during the search that you feel hasn't gotten enough public attention?
I think that the biggest thing that stands out for me, and I think this sort of is why I understand the way that his parents have gone about this search and the whole case, is that there's just seems to be no information past about 4:30 that afternoon on July 4th until he was found. Now, I'm told that police have interviewed up to 60 witnesses. There's a lot of people who have turned in images and videos to us. And there's people I know that have turned images and videos over to law enforcement. So there's a lot about this. There's a lot of evidence in this case I have not personally seen, and a lot of accounts I have not heard. But based on everything that people did offer to us, it's just it's just hard to understand why, his friends leave, sometime around 4:30. That seems to be about the last time somebody said they visually saw him on the island with a different friend group, and then just nobody ever saw him again after that. And so that's why I like I said, I fully understand. The parents are like, it's like a vanishing, and that doesn't make any sense. So of course they want to accept every bit of help they can get and just have it looked into as thoroughly as possible, because they buried their son today and they need to know why.
Mr. Trasher, I sincerely appreciate you joining me today. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You're involved.
Now, they're saying that after 4:30 or something like that, nobody saw him again. Not everybody left the island at the same time. Not everybody on all them different boats left the island at the same time. So you mean just because his friend group left and nobody saw him again? Somebody need to say something, because this ain't making no sense. Just because your friend group leave, all the other people on that island, now they can't see him. What happened? Did he disappear? Did one of them do something to him and hid his body, and that's why they left? But y'all said he wanted to stay back to talk to a girl. The girl said he was going to leave with his friends. Those two things can't be true. Somebody is lying. Somebody is lying. Somebody got to be lying. Somebody is lying, guys. And we're not here for the foolery, and we're not here for the lies. Yes, we're not here for neither one. Nolan was buried yesterday. He was buried yesterday. And everything. His family had a press conference after the funeral and everything. A lot of people are not selling with the account from the authorities, because they know the authorities are not doing a damn job. They ain't doing a job good enough. We have too many young black men that have too many black young men. Think of Emmett Till, how they tried to pass this shit off. And thank God his mother decided to do an open casket. And I wonder, why was that casket closed on Nolan Wells? Is it because of his face was too messed up from somebody doing something to him? I don't know. Maybe that's just what his mother wanted. Or maybe she didn't want that. I don't know. But no fault of her own. I don't blame his mother for anything. She was just trying to give her son a day to go enjoy himself, because he's going to be working hard after this weekend. He have practice, he have studies, he have a lot of stuff to do. Let me see. This stuff don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to me. And y'all can't not sit there and act like this makes sense to you, because none of this makes any sense. None of it. Let me I'm gonna play this last video before we get out of here, guys. Okay? Because none of this stuff is making any sense. Let me see, can I find it? Was one that I really wanted to play. Let me see, can I find it? Basically, it was two. Oh, Lord, I must have missed it. I can't find it now. Oh my God, I can't find it. Let me. Okay. Because not everybody is racist. Not everybody thinks this way. Okay. Let me go ahead and let you all hear this one.
Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update and some interesting things that are just coming to our attention. A woman named Anna Seymour, this is all allegedly, said she remembers.
Oh, I wrote this down last night. Seymour. I wrote, who is Anna Seymour? She saw an altercation, a fight, an argument. Who is Anna Seymour? And then I wrote, who is Katie Hudson Seymour on Facebook? I wrote that down, and I forgot to look at it. Oh my God, I meant to go to Facebook to look that up. And when he just said that name, I remember I wrote that name down. Oh, let me just start it from the beginning again.
Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update and some interesting things that are just coming to our attention. A woman named Anna Seymour, this is all allegedly, said she remembers seeing them fighting or having an altercation, Nolan with his friends, at around 4:01 p.m. As we know, they left the island at 4:30 p.m. So this would make sense in the timeline sense. Now, also something else, if you listen to like the only video we have, if you listen closely, it sounds like they're saying F you. It says, you're not getting on the boat, F you. Listen to this audio, see what you think. Of course, I can't be positive of what is being said, but if this is the altercation that Nolan was involved in, and somebody said they thought they heard him say, give me my phone back, and somebody said, you're not getting on the boat, F you, this kind of ties some things together. Also, here's something interesting. Katie McCormick, the woman who allegedly was last seen with Nolan, her dad. was the Biloxi fire captain. Okay. I don't think he is anymore. You can see him in this picture. He was talking about fireworks and kids should never light them off without adult supervision. Kids should never go boating without adult supervision, really, honestly. But it just goes to show how connected this town is. And if her dad was a fire captain, there's Ashley Cole, a judge involved with Warren. It just shows they're connected in a way to make things go in the way that favors their kids and not Nolan. What do you guys think about this? Let me know what you think in the comments. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of the world. Sam here with.
I think so too. I really do think so too. That town is connected and they trying to make things go in the way that they want to go. One parent is a judge. And then we just find out the other parent, fire chief or whatever, used to be. No, they know each other too well. They're going to cover each other's butt. That's why the police came out real quick, trying to dismiss this case, talking about how he drowned. He didn't even know whether the boy could swim, talking about he drowned. No, don't y'all believe all that mess. They keeping stuff from you. They keeping a lot from you. Don't y'all believe that mess. You got the they smile in your face and do one thing. Okay? Especially in them little small towns in Mississippi. I know. Okay? So y'all, we're gonna go ahead and leave it here for the night because we're not gonna I don't, and I'll make sure I drop a short video. I'm gonna find out who I'm gonna go to Facebook and find out on that Seymour. Okay? Yes, I am, but I'm not doing it right now because I'm getting ready to go off. But y'all got to remember, this kid, he didn't deserve none of this. He didn't deserve none of this. You can't trust everybody. You can't trust everybody. Just because they say they're your friends. And do I think it's some jealousy involved too? Yes. Nolan is a good-looking guy. Tall, slim, very active, strong swimmer, very athletic. Yeah, it could be. Do I trust him? Hell no. Okay? This is his family. Beautiful family. Beautiful, beautiful child. Beautiful child. So, guys, yeah. We're going to keep him in our prayers. Keep the family in your prayers, okay? Keep the family in your prayers. And I do want to, and they did have his funeral yesterday. Here it is right here. It was yesterday. I hope you all was able to go to the funeral and everything. And also those blue trunks. Nolan Wells, the boat photo changes everything. Wearing the same blue trunks. Yes. Guys,